All right, guys, time for a little advanced sales training for you. What we're going to be going over is making sure that your appointments stick and making sure that reschedules don't turn into cancellations. A couple things you have to understand about cancellations and about reschedules is typically what's happening is that too much time has passed or not enough value was delivered in order to be able to keep that appointment. Reschedules are okay. We still want to fight to try to keep the appointment time that they originally set. One of the reasons why is because that time for them was already confirmed to be the best time available. So make sure they're not giving you just some random excuse. And then for cancellations, we don't want to take cancellations for what they are. You already lost the appointment. It's already gone. So there's no need to be polite and hoping that they'll turn it around by saying, okay, they're not going to change their mind and say, oh, well, this person was really nice. I'm going to go ahead and reschedule it. And I'm just going to go ahead and schedule with them or do a different time. They're canceling. And they're canceling for a reason. And it's our job as salespeople to find out what it is. That is an objection. So we have to ask questions. We have to push forward through that to make sure that we're getting down to the root of the problem so we can solve it, so we can continue to sit down with them and show them the solar information. As it stands, they don't have any of the information that they were looking for. So what it means by canceling is they're canceling the opportunity to learn about a product that they wanted to know more about. So either they got it from somebody else, they're going to look somewhere else, or they're scared that they're going to buy something. That's a good thing. That's a great thing. So take the pressure off. Be a little bit more direct. If it's happening through text message, you want to respond in a very specific way, and you want to have multiple text bubbles so that they're not reading one giant long paragraph. And if you're responding on the phone, you want to respond again in a very specific way so that it doesn't come across that you're scared or nervous or worried. Same thing in an email. All right? Your time has to be valuable. So first thing I want to talk about is the reschedules. When it comes to reschedules, you want to make sure that your time is mentioned as it's valuable, and you want to have a great attitude about it. Whenever the customer gives you a negative response, you want to respond with something positive. You want to shut their mouths and open their ears. You don't want to say yes, but. You don't want to tell them in any way, shape, or form that they were wrong. Or you just shut them down completely. Their ears are closed, their mouths are open, they have to defend what they said because nobody likes to be wrong. Nobody likes to be sold. So turn it around. So first thing on that reschedule is very simple. Hey, I need to reschedule this appointment. That's perfect. I have several people who have been looking to fill this time. I can go ahead and move one of them there, and I can squeeze you in earlier next week or on the weekend. What works better for you? Go directly into the what works better for you and getting back into the appointment setting mindset. You don't want to be, dancing around the subject trying to figure out all kinds of information. They already said they need to reschedule. Start giving them options. Now, again, your time has to be valuable. It's like a doctor. If your doctor said, yeah, come in whenever you want, it's going to raise some red flags. I may not want to work with this doctor. He either doesn't have enough patients or any patients at all, which means that he's either really bad or brand new. Okay? Typically, the people's mindset goes towards the really bad because they tend to focus more on the negative. So, if your schedule's wide open for them, it's going to cause concern. Give options and find a time. Once you make that differentiation between my schedule's open whenever and, I'm going to have to squeeze you in, you're going to be more respected as a professional, and they're going to be privileged. They're going to feel privileged to be able to work with you. And they get excited because, this person's going to squeeze me in. They're going to find time for me. You make them feel special. All right? So we put it in a couple sentences. That first sentence is, that's perfect because I actually already have a couple people who can fill this spot. A couple folks have been asking for this time in particular. Next text bubble. I can get you in I can actually get you in early next week or the weekend. What works better for you? 2 quick sentences. You don't need to find out any more information. You don't need to ask why. You don't need to try to drill down on it. A reschedule's a reschedule for a reason. You don't need to pry. They're asking for another time. Let's give them some options. We can drill down and find the need a little bit more if they're hesitant on it and they're actually trying to cancel. Now, when it comes to cancellations, what we've been seeing a lot of is people get text messages or emails or sometimes a voicemail, very rarely a voicemail, that says, hey, I want to go ahead and cancel this appointment. hey, I'm no longer interested in this appointment. I'm no longer interested in learning anymore. The response that they keep getting back from the sales rep is, okay, I'll cancel it for you. You've already lost it. There's nothing else to lose. So go for broke. Ask questions, drill down. Be positive on it. All right? Turn it around as if you're taking it more as a reschedule. Right? Respond back moving forward through a process. You don't have to be aggressive to be assertive. Being aggressive is starting an argument. It's a back and forth that you don't want to have. It's an argument. You don't want to have an argument with a customer and try to convince them why they need to sit with you. You need to be assertive in a process moving forward. They already agreed to sit with you. You already booked a time. So let's have this conversation. Start drilling down. Start asking some questions. Okay? But you don't want to respond negatively again. So, a couple good ways to do it in a text message is, oh, well, that's not a problem at all. We can actually get this scheduled to a better time for you. Just out of curiosity, is it a timing conflict? Or, and then you can add the either or again. Is it a timing conflict or is it the amount of time that's scheduled? When you start giving them options, they have a choice to choose from those two, or they're just going to give you the real problem. Once you start back with, I'm following back up, or any of these normal salespeople phrases, you start losing interest. Okay? Hey, that's not a problem. I can get you put in at a better time. Is it a scheduling conflict? Is it not a good time? Or is it the amount of time that's not good for you? And leave it at that. Let them respond at that point. You will start seeing more people re-engage. Once that happens and they tell you what the problem is, do your job as a salesperson, drill down, find the need, and re-close. Don't close on solar. Close on the free information. They're afraid of being sold something. Don't worry. There's no cost or obligation to get the information. I get my credit just to go ahead and do this. So let's go ahead and get you put back on the calendar so you can get the information and I'll be out of your hair. What day works better for you? Does weekdays work better or weekends work better? Start with that wide funnel and narrow it down. Almost every response back to the customer should be an either or question when setting an appointment or trying to find the actual problem with their scheduled time. I hope that helps you guys out. Start implementing it more. You'll see less cancellations. You'll see better reschedules, more sits, and you'll get your run average up. You want that run average between 65 to 70% with your appointments that you're setting on the doors. And with appointments on the phone, you want to be between 55% and 60%. In order to do that, you can't just take it for what they're saying. You have to follow up. Don't just, again, you already lost it if they're canceling. Go for broke. Don't just take what they say and lose it. Go for broke. You're not going to lose anything else by going and asking more questions and trying to reschedule them. Have a great day, guys. Have fun out there.